So there we are in Shcherbinovka. This used to be a club, it is called, so the place in this village where they were showing cinema, they had dances here or other cultural events. There was normally also library. It didn't functionate already for many years, something like 30 years. Now it is given to the families which moved from the east because of the war they have big families because of quite some adopted children. These are families of 10, 12 children, small children and also teenagers. Now they are making reparations, and they are making reparations to enable families which are still coming to live. And first they made such a simple houses where you could stay over spring and summer, but now we realize it will take much longer, so they're making apartments here. And there is quite some space. The families are getting support also from different people, and here they're trying to make apartments. So each of this niche will be an apartment for a family with the toilets and showers, and you will be able to stay over winter. So there will be 7 rooms for, so there can be like mother with a child or family. And these guys are also working here. You can see teenagers already, grown up children. And next to this building we want to place the bakery. There is a building which is now under operation, and we came specially to look to that and also to advise where to put water, where to put sewage, where to connect electricity, what kind of space do you need. And I should say there is quite some progress since I was here a month ago. So it's very nice to see that families are moving here to the center of Ukraine. It's very close to Cherkasy. In this area there were no explosions. It is real central Ukraine, nice and picturesque place, but it is economically speaking it is middle of nowhere. So establishing of some business will be a big happening here, because it will be bakery working, serving the at least 15 families which are already here and more to come. And plus they will sell the bread here in the bakery and in the village and in some neighboring villages as well. So we are now collecting money for equipment. We have some limitations concerning electricity, and so it cannot be very powerful big ovens, and we are looking for second-hand equipment to install here and to enable these families also to teach children how to work with bread, how to make cakes, so that these kids in future can also go to other places and have immediately some job in hands. So thank you very much to everyone who is watching it, and please, if you know someone who can advise on buying cheaper second-hand bakery equipment, preferably in Europe, but it can even be in US. We plan to form container from the US with all kind of small bakery tools, and we are looking for someone who can donate those things or advise where to buy it for good price. But it should be working equipment. It should really be strong equipment which can work for years, and there is a lot of that, I know, in Germany, in Netherlands, in US. So good quality, but which stays sometimes in the bakeries and is not used because they bought a bigger one. So please reach out to me, and we'll we'll contact, and we'll try to pick it up. So may God bless this day for you. So here we still are in Shcherbinovka. This is a place where a lot of people from families from the east found their shelter. So now they're cooking plov, because up to 50 people daily are eating here, because they are repairing, they are building houses for hostile families or for families who are looking for shelter here in the center of Ukraine. There are families with 10, 12, 13 children. Like this pastor Sergei, what you see in such a military kind of costume, he has 2 children for himself and 10 children adopted. Mostly children have no parents, or sometimes these are from socially weak families. It was very nice to hear here in the village that before the Christians came, because these families came, the main business here was to make self-made alcohol. There were quite several points, although the village was only 200 something people, but main or the only business besides growing some basic food was making self-made alcohol and selling to each other. Now, after several years, because this family came already before the war, most of this business died because more and more people started coming to church. So they have now up to 100 people in the church here in the village. And in the wartime, the number of citizens here in the village doubled because of the families that moved from the east. And they are buying old houses, repairing or building these frame houses from the wood. And they have also here a small rehab center where people with addictions are getting rehabilitation. And the beauty is that we can help now with the bakery, establishment of the bakery. And also we were bringing already several times here food and breads and meat and other food supplies to here, because every day they have to feed people. They are given job like building up those houses, and they are also cutting here wood and trying to sell some of that. But with bakery, it will be the first bakery in all the neighboring villages, and also local authorities are quite enthusiastic about that, because it will be first bakery here, which is established not in a city but in a village, and those young people will be getting training here. They will be able to work and to learn how to bake bread. Tomorrow there will come more than 100 young people from neighboring villages also here for kind of Christian conference. They will put tents for the night, making together fellowship, meeting each other. And this village, which was already dying, now becomes the center of development. School, which is in another village, is half full with Christian children, and the school is growing, although in most of other places schools are closing down. So, and we got the message today. Arenda is discussing about more furniture from the Netherlands. So there is a school furniture which we could also ship here, because the tables and chairs are quite worn out. But now in the times of the war, a lot of families are moving to here, to the center of Ukraine, where it actually in the last several months it was the most safe place. Even in the west of Ukraine there were rockets flying, but here it was all this time silent. There is no any industry around, there are no military objects around, and there are no also big cities around. So these are villages in nice picturesque places. Well, the negative side of that was that there is no job, and that is our mission, to try to establish here a bakery and to try to develop it into, say, small or medium-sized business, to provide people with job here. Those people which will still come or are coming from the east, because some people come here and stay and then they move to the west of Ukraine, or mainly outside of the country. But we would like to help here to establish business which will feed the families, which will give jobs, which will make some nice products. And I would like to thank everyone who is donating, who is supporting, everyone who is praying for us, and we will keep you informed about development here in this village, but also in other locations where we help and support the bakeries to stand up, to develop small bakeries, family bakeries, to enlarge their assortment. So may God bless you, may God bless your families, and I wish you all live in peace.